Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to our latest webcast that we're bringing you from Travel Weekly. I am in Leyland at the Gold Medal headquarters today for a very special event with Michelle Van Sprang from AS Training and, of course, Simon Applebaum from Gold Medal. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Welcome to you.
Oh, thank you. I know it's my first time here. But we're here for a very special event, Michelle, today. Yes. Just tell us what's happening today.
So today we're holding a graduation for all of our apprentices that have qualified over the last 9 to 12 months. We're bringing them all together to have a celebration of the success and achieving their qualification. We feel that universities do it, and we feel they should have a rightful place with the cap and gown and have their moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm really excited. I'm very honoured to have been asked to come along and join you for the event. And it's quite fitting, Simon, that you're hosting it. You're also sponsoring today's event. But apprentices have become more and more important to you, haven't they?
Yeah, we were embarrassingly slow on this, and I think that sits with me. I've probably paid, I don't think how much an apprenticeship levy over the past few years, and never really saw it as a pathway for us. And then attending events with Michelle, obviously knowing Michelle with a gold medal history. At some point last year, the penny dropped. We're sitting there, we've got a recruitment challenge, with large business, need a lot of sort of early careers people. And at some point it just clicked. We brought in our first cohort earlier this year, and they've really thrived. And I think with Michelle's guidance and his, partnership with AS, we've got to a place that it's not just a 1 year thing. I think we're already planning, when our intake will be for next year and the years beyond, because it's a model that works fantastically, both economically and in terms of what it brings to us as a business.
And what does explain what it does bring to you then? Having you say there's a cohort. How many have you got who've joined you?
So we've got around 6 apprentices actively
in
engaged.
Different departments.
They're all in our sales centre, but there's nothing to say that we wouldn't look at other departments now. And Michelle's rolling out different apprenticeships that I'm sure she'll be happy to talk about. But for us, they've come in. We always, there was this element of, probably a preconception around age and, if these people even travelled independently before, would we be able to upskill them to the level of sort of our past hires? And what we quickly realised was that after 3 to 4 months in a training environment, there was no discernible difference in what they're capable of to anybody else that would take who was new to travel. And so, it's financially, like I say, because of the apprenticeship levy, really attractive to us to be an employer in this space. There's a willing pipeline of people who are looking for apprenticeship opportunities. And so it just sort of all comes together to be a really, easy and straightforward way for us to bring people.
A no-brainer, in fact. Okay. And is this quite a common thing? Simon was very, very candid there and admitted he was a bit late to the party. But I know you are finding there's a little bit better take-up, not recently. But, have people been a bit reticent before? Why would that be?
I think that the concept of taking on an apprentice is that it's going to be hard work. There's going to have to be a lot of time and a lot of consideration for having a young person in the working environment. And actually, I think that's now starting to be replaced with the positives of it. So the fact that you've got young energy, passionate, they're like sponges, they soak it up. Your apprentices are thriving and eager to get in and learn each month, which is just great. And I think, like anything, once one organisation sees one doing it and seeing the success, they follow and then they see the success. So there's definitely a lot more people I'd love to have on board.
Yeah. But your numbers are pretty impressive. You've gone up to, I think, maybe up to 250 by the end of this year. Is that right?
We're always it's because everyone's always on programme for 12 months or 18 months, depending on the apprenticeship. So we're always in the couple of hundred. But I might be being ambitious, but I feel like we should be hitting that magic 500 mark. We've just recently taken on a couple of new apprenticeship standards, and I feel like leadership and management is lacking. We could be doing a lot more around that.
Okay, so that's quite ambitious, isn't it? You're talking about more than doubling then.
Yes.
So, and what will it take? So that's just more people like Simon sort of getting on board with this and offering different sort of opportunities. So as you say, the management, not just sales, but other disciplines.
Yeah, so we've launched a new apprenticeship around sustainability. Nobody's delivering it in the travel sector specific. I think it's a massive growing market. I think people should be absolutely looking at who they've got in the workplace to be an ambassador for that. Leadership and management, people being misplaced in the role but not having the actual formal training. I think there's a whole host of things that can be done around marketing. There's a shorter duration that's now been released for apprenticeships. So before it used to have to be 12 months. So those seasonal jobs, even like baggage handlers at the airport and, kind of those seasonal posts like cabin crew, they're all things now that can be maximised and people can jump on board because they don't have to obviously have them on these programmes for such long periods. But I am also a big believer in, if you invest in your staff, keep them on. Keep them on, and we've got a high retention rate for that, and that makes me seeing them flourish and do well.
Yeah, and is that the plan here, Simon? The 6 you've got, will they get full-time employment at the end?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't make sense because we sell a complex product. We need staff really to stay for 3 years in order for the training and effort and energy we put into them to really be repaid. And obviously, lots of people have been here decades, and we have people who come and go maybe a bit quicker, but yeah, we'd absolutely hope that our apprentices at the end of their programme, and they're all on course for distinction at the moment.
Yeah,
that's great.
I think we're desperate for them to want to stay, build careers here. I always talk about sort of the quality of our leadership team, but there's many people in sort of director level roles across Gold Medal Travel Group that started on the phones. This is, not just a place where we want people to take calls today. We want people to be able to see a real full career here, and for some of them that will mean moving beyond the contact centre into product marketing, sales, wherever their careers and dreams take.
Brilliant. I mean, how fantastic is that? And you said you're already looking at perhaps year 2 then, and what you might be able to do, and how many more you might be able to take.
We'll absolutely take 8 into sales, but I think all of the directors are looking at what Simon Owen, our trading director's done, and how that can apply. And obviously we value our reputation as an employer in this area so highly. So when we came in, it was all about, can we make sure the safeguarding's in place, the infrastructure, we want people to thrive and not feel lost. So they have a dedicated team leader, they have mentors beyond the team. Michelle was instrumental.
And that's obviously important then. So people who are not doing it yet, but they're thinking about doing it, I mean, you do have to put some structure around it. You can't just take on a few and then just let them get on with it. You've got to actually give them some structure, presumably.
Yeah, there's got to be, Simon touched on safeguarding, so a safe working environment for the apprentices to thrive, support as a mentor, but no different than somebody brand new walking into the workplace. The training's all structured from our end, but we will turn business away if we feel that people are just bringing them in just to kind of get on with it. We're not the right fit. We want to work together. We want to lay those solid foundations. We want the apprentice to thrive and want the employer to feel the benefit. And ultimately, at the end, we want the apprentice to turn around and go, I've had a great intro into travel. And we know the industry is fabulous. It's bringing them into it. So yes, there are some considerations to taking on an apprentice, and it's around the support and the safe working environment.
Okay, all right. And for those who don't take them on themselves, but or maybe have surplus levy, that can be used as well within the travel industry, can't it?
Yes, it can be gifted. You can gift your levy. So for those who don't know what levy is, it's for organisations with staff salary bills of over 3 million, you automatically pay into a levy pot. That levy pot can only currently be used for apprenticeships. So big organisations like Donata, other organisations have an abundance of this fund to use. And believe it or not, if you don't use it, you lose it. So we say pledge some of that funding to smaller organisations where maybe they have to do an employer contribution. And for smaller organisations, that can be the make or break of them taking an apprentice. Well, if you're going to lose it and you're going to hand it back, why don't you pledge it to...
And you're doing a bit of both, aren't you, here? So you've got your own apprentices, but you're also gifting some of your levy, aren't you, towards others?
There's some gifting that goes on. You use a lot of yours across the businesses, but yes, there has been some gifting.
Yeah. We gift where we're asked to, and I think we're always open to talk to partners about what support we give them as a business. And if we do lots of things with our travel agent customers, including supporting their apprenticeships.
Yeah. So we're off now to the ceremony.
Yes.
And Simon, you're going to give a speech, apparently an inspirational speech about your own career.
Maybe what not to do, or how I've been really fortunate, and I think the message I always try and get across in my career is they're never linear. I'm in a place I'm delighted to be in today, but I can promise you that there were moments not so long ago in the pandemic where I wasn't sure what was next for me. There were moments in my career where maybe I took the wrong role. And what I really want to try and get across is, a great career is generally founded on agency, belief can change the world, and resilience, because it's not always going to go how you expect. But if you get back up in the morning, you bounce back generally opportunities and good things happen to you.
Great message. And for you, Michelle, I mean, it's just, as you said right at the start, it's about making them feel valued and giving them that chance to celebrate in a way that you would if you were getting a degree at a university. Why shouldn't they have that moment?
I think that, we do up to degree level as well. So whilst we do level 3, which is A level, we do go up to degree level. But I just want them to feel valued, celebrated and inspired. So people like Simon, and we're going to obviously hear from Jade at Jet2, people sharing their story makes them realise that this is not the end. And you'll hear some really nice speeches about the award winners that we've got today. And hearing their journey and what some of them have achieved, it's like, I mean, it gives me goose pimples. I feel like a proud parent. So there's some really good feel-good vibes coming today.
All right, well, I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you for asking me to be part of it. And we will have to come back. We'll have to reconvene, perhaps for the next graduation ceremony and see how everyone's got on. But thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.